This is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh, man. Angel Reese fans are going to be
strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark.
When Angel Reese went after Caitlin Clark on the court this season, chest to chest, fists nearly flying, most fans thought it was just another heated moment in a fierce rivalry. But what if it was more than that? What if that explosion wasn't just about a hard foul, but a deep personal wound that still hasn't healed?
What was the official offer to Caitlin?
It was 2 years, $5 million a year. We were gonna, we believe her coming into the big three would be such a big deal. And plus, we were gonna do cool stuff with merch. And, I think he was even talk about percentage and team ownership.
Because months ago, Ice Cube made a bold move. He offered Caitlin Clark a jaw-dropping $5 million to join the big three. But Reese, he didn't even call. No offer, number respect. And that snub hit harder than anyone realized. Now Clark's everywhere. Headlines, endorsements, Olympic buzz. And Reese, still clawing for credit. So when Clark gave her that shove, it wasn't just a basketball reaction. It was years of resentment detonating all at once.
I'm Caitlin Clark in the national title game, but first I have to say this is an incredibly nuanced conversation, and I'm going to do my very best to break it down. First off, for context,
This isn't just a rivalry. It's a war fueled by media, money, and a wound that's still wide open. And Ice Cube, he lit the fuse. Let's get into it. And don't forget to subscribe because this one goes deep.
Yeah, she's a great player. The thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league, because they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. So I don't know if we can make that. Sense.
So I see.
Of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
Ice Cube made his pick. When Ice Cube dropped that $5 million offer on Caitlin Clark's lap, it wasn't just a contract. It was a statement. He wasn't looking for flash, attitude, or beef. He wanted the player who was breaking records, grabbing headlines, and pulling in real fans. That wasn't Angel Reese. It was Caitlin Clark. Period. Cube didn't even hide it. He called Clark a game changer. Said she was worth every dollar. Meanwhile, Reese? Crickets. No call, no public mention, not even a backhanded compliment. For someone who built her entire brand around being the villain, being completely ignored had to sting worse than any clapback.
It's official. Big Three has made a $5 million offer to the sensation that is Caitlin Clark. And then you responded to the reporting and said, I was going to keep this private as she remains in the hunt for a championship. You did not want to be a distraction, which, by the way, respect.
And it's not just about money. It's about recognition. Respect. Reese was the face of controversy, but Cube didn't care. He chose legacy over loudness. And that choice has been haunting Reese ever since. It was personal.
All right, we have to talk about the moment that everyone else is. Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese in the third quarter. What are your thoughts on that foul?
My thoughts are exactly what the players are saying. Let's not make it anything that it's not and move on. It's just a part of basketball. In the heat of...
Fast forward to that now infamous Fever versus Sky matchup. The one where Caitlin gave Angel a cold, hard shove after a hard foul. The internet exploded. Was it dirty? Was it payback? But here's the twist. What if it wasn't about that one moment on the court?
Always increased eyeballs, energy, and attention around the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese is still going after Caitlin Clark in the aftermath.
Everyone in the arena had to know this foul was coming.
Angel Reese didn't just react like a player who got fouled. She reacted like someone who had been waiting to explode, someone who's been grinding her teeth every time Clark gets another endorsement, another shout-out, another headline. This wasn't just about a shove. This was about months, maybe years, of frustration boiling over. And let's be honest, Reese didn't go off like that on anyone else this season. Only Clark brings that rage out of her. Why? because Clark got the respect she never did, because Ice Cube made his pick and the world followed. That shove may have come from Caitlyn, but the fire came from Angel's bruised pride. From college queens to WNBA power struggles.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Back in college, this rivalry was spicy, but playful. Trash talk, hand gestures, viral moments. But now, it's raw, real, and it's messing with both their heads in completely different ways. Clark is under pressure to carry a broken team and fix the WNBA's ratings. Reese is trying to prove she's more than just a TikTok sensation in a league that barely pays attention to rookies who aren't named Caitlyn.
I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. Yep, I thought the refs got it right, and to Angel's point, move on.
And now you've got fans, commentators, and WNBA legends picking sides. Some are calling Reese a sore loser. Others say Clark is getting preferential treatment. But the truth? They're both stuck in a system that loves drama more than it loves its players. This is no longer college beef. It's about money, media bias, and who gets crowned as the face of women's basketball. And Reese knows, deep down, that Ice Cube's $5 million offer drew the line in the sand. He didn't just pick Caitlyn Clark. He said, without saying it, "You're not her." That $5 million offer was a slap heard round the league.
What about Angel Reese? You think she could ball out? You know, she's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah, she's a great player. You know, the thing with Caitlyn Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom, what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
You know, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel.
Think about it. When's the last time anyone offered a female Balor $5 million to skip the WNBA? Cube wasn't just making a business move. He was exposing how underpaid, undervalued, and underappreciated WNBA stars really are. And guess what? He skipped past every vet, past the MVPs, past the All-Stars, and offered $5 million to the one rookie who hadn't played a single WNBA game yet, Caitlyn Clark. That wasn't just bold. That was a shot fired. You could almost hear the silence from the league's veterans. No outrage, no applause, just quiet tension, because that offer wasn't just money. It was disrespect to everyone else who'd been grinding for years. To Angel Reese, it was confirmation that no matter how loud she gets, how flashy she plays, or how viral she goes, Caitlyn's still the chosen one.
I've been cuffed up too long, my niggas. Well, let's go wrong for wrong. Let's go leg for leg. If I can handle that, let me see you handle this. How you do me? Bet you we won't speak again. Favorite player on your favorite team, here my DM.
And let's be real, that had to cut deep, because Reese built her brand off of being that girl. But Cube's offer exposed the truth. She may be trending, but Clark is the one they're betting the future on. The media took the bait.
Back Bentley. Here's Clark, a good look from three. She got it!
Caitlyn Clark all night tonight.
Are you talking about my high school experience? Clark connects!
The young one here, Caitlyn Clark, just dancing with the basketball, going to her left.
Ever since Ice Cube's offer, the media has gone full tunnel vision on Clark, ESPN, Fox, Bleacher Report. You name it. Every angle is a Caitlyn Clark story. Her statistics, her fouls, her hair, her Gatorade bottle. Meanwhile, Reese could drop a 2020 double-double and still end up in the third paragraph. And Reese sees it. You think that glare she gave Clark after the shove was just about the foul? Nah, that was a woman who knows she's being erased, while the person doing it is being praised like she's saving women's basketball.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're getting...
Next question. Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you.
Every post-game presser now sounds the same. How did Caitlyn feel? About the foul? Did Caitlyn respond to the physicality well? Nobody's asking how Angel felt. Nobody's digging into her frustration. And that kind of media erasure, it turns resentment into rage. The kind that exploded on that court. WNBA veterans are playing it. Cute.
Don't worry. I got this nice throwback Gatorade can.
Well played. Well played.
Sounded like a product placement.
There we
well
go.
Played. Show love. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin, did you ever
What's
think
up,
you'd
guys?
be back? Cheers.
Excited to be back.
Let's talk about the OGs, the legends, the vets, the Cheryl Swoops, and Diana Taurasi of the game. Some of them have dropped a few quotes here and there, trying to stay diplomatic. But make no mistake, many are mad. Not just at Caitlin, but at what she represents, a league reshaping itself around one player while everyone else gets crumbs.
When you say Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, people are like, oh my goodness, they don't like each other, so let's see what this is about.
Yeah.
So when you say Cheryl Swoops, Caitlin Clark, it's like, oh my goodness, Cheryl doesn't like her, so let's see what this is about.
Cheryl Swoops once threw shade saying, Caitlin needs to earn her spot like everyone else. And when Stephen A. Smith defended Clark and called out the WNBA's double standard, the veterans went radio silent. Why? Because deep down, they know. He's not lying. But admitting it would mean admitting their era didn't get this kind of love. And Angel Reese? She's caught in the middle. She wants to prove herself to those same vets. She also knows she's being used to play the villain in Caitlin's hero story. And that's the real trap. Because while everyone's watching the drama, no one's asking why the league let it get this toxic in the first place. The Olympic snub, everyone's still whispering about.
As you guys well know, Caitlin Clark will not be on Team USA for the Olympics.
Caitlin Clark didn't make the US Olympic team, and that shook the world. But let's not pretend it was just about needing more experience. No, this was personal. This was veterans and coaches drawing a line in the sand. You don't just waltz into their league and steal the spotlight without consequences. Behind the scenes, rumors exploded. Multiple insiders claimed the vets didn't want her there. One even said they were protecting locker room chemistry. Translation? They didn't want the cameras following Clark while they stood in the background. Again.
No disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. That's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years come.
And Caitlin, she didn't say much. That silence, that was the most dangerous response of all. Because what she didn't say screamed louder than any press. Release. She was taking mental notes, and you better believe she circled names, angels included. She's the power plug. And that's why it hurts. Caitlin Clark doesn't need the WNBA. And that's exactly why she scares them. With Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, Gainbridge, Buick, and more stuffed into her endorsement vault. She's pulling in close to $20 million a year without having to fight for it. She's not asking for a seat at the table. She's already been handed the whole damn suite. Meanwhile, Angel Reese and the WNBA veterans are still chanting, "Pay us what you owe us." But here's the uncomfortable truth. Caitlin's voice could flip the whole conversation faster than Reese ever could. One tweet from Clark, and sponsors would panic. One press conference, and the league might actually listen. She has the power to blow the doors open for every underpaid player. And she knows it, but she's not flaunting it. She's not hijacking the movement. She's quietly moving the pieces. Shifting power without the noise. That alone has some OGs and loud voices seething. Because deep down, they know Reese's rage can stir fans, but Clark's influence can change the system. And that reality cuts deeper than any foul. So, who's really winning?
One single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
So let's get real. This isn't just about basketball. It's about power. It's about jealousy. It's about a league on the edge, torn between its past and its future. Ice Cube lit a fuse when he picked Caitlin Clark. And the explosion is still echoing through locker rooms, interviews, and Olympic rosters.
Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from three. Cunningham just...
Angel Reese may talk the loudest, but the silence from others is louder. The OGs, they know Clark could flip this league overnight if she wanted to, but maybe that's the whole point. Maybe she already has. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment. Was Ice Cube right to pick Clark over Reese? Is the hate she's getting fair, or just fear masked as pride? And has Clark really stayed silent? Or are people just not ready for how loud her influence really is? Don't forget to like, sub, and share. This saga's far from over.